Good morning, everyone. Our topic for today is gender and human sexuality. But before we discuss, here are the learning targets. First, I can identify the basic terms in sexuality, sex, sexuality, gender, and etc. Second, I can analyze sexuality as an important component of one's personality. And last, I can explain the dimension of human sexuality. Now, let us discuss the gender and human sexuality. Listen carefully. Gender and human sexuality. This symbol of the Roman goddess Venus is often used to represent the female sex. This symbol is usually interpreted as the shield and spear of the Roman war god Ares and used to represent male sex. Human sexuality involves at least three dimensions. First, biological, second, psychological, and third, socio-cultural dimensions. Let's talk about the biological dimensions. Involves the physical appearance, especially the development of physical and sexual characteristics. A major psychological factor that affects one's sexual wellness is body image. This is the psychological dimension. A positive body image is equivalent to overall wellness. Next, a negative self-image can lead to drug abuse or psychological disorders. One's attitudes and feelings toward oneself and other people begin to develop very early in life. Third is sociocultural dimensions. The sociocultural dimensions of sexuality is the sum of the cultural and social influences that affect thoughts and actions. Sociocultural dimensions belong the religious influences. Under the morality, sexual behaviors, premarital sexual behavior, adultery, divorce, contraception, and abortion. And last, masturbation. Multicultural influences. Culture influences one's sexuality and sexual expressions. Human sexuality across a diversity of cultural and social settings includes beliefs regarding appropriate partner, age of marriage, sexual behavior, family, and household systems. Sociocultural dimensions belong ethical influences. Ethics and religion often provide the framework within which people judge the rightness or wrongness of sexual activity and expressions. They influence the way individuals of the society regard sexuality and are therefore powerful in influencing behavior. Let's talk about the factors affecting the attitudes and practices on sexuality. Factor affecting the attitudes and practices on sexuality. First is self. The adolescent should be guided to develop the following attitudes and practices on sexuality. Under that, accept and gain respect for his or her body. Take responsibility for own behaviors. Be aware of sexuality issues. Attain highest standard of sexual health, including access to sexual and reproductive healthcare and services. Second is family. The family environment is the normal and usual place for forming children and young people to consolidate and exercise the virtues of charity, temperance, fortitude in chastity. Parents must find time to be with their children and take time to talk with them. As a gift and a commitment, children are their most important task. Children are more important than work, entertainment, and social position. Parents should learn how to listen carefully to their children on how to make the effort to understand them and how to recognize the fragment of truth that may be present in some forms of rebellion. The family should guide the adolescents to develop the following attitudes and practices on sexuality. Communicate with family effectively. Express love and concern to parents, siblings, and family. Perform duties and responsibilities at home. Third, peers and friends. Boys and girls socialize to play in different styles and usually learn to prefer different sets of toys. Fathers and mothers tend to do gender-specific chores. Women are generally seen as subordinate to men and are expected to be obedient and tend to their families. Sexual rights to be embraced, human rights already recognized in national laws, international human rights documents, and other consensus statements. Peers and friends should help to develop the following attitudes and practices on sexuality. Express love and intimacy in appropriate ways. Interact with both genders effectively. Respect both genders in all aspects. And fourth, school in church. The church and the school play a vital role in helping parents influence their adolescents' understanding about sexuality. Many religious traditions and schools promote a sexual ethic that is summarized as chastity in singleness and fidelity in marriage. Fifth is mass media. Exposure to media messages is a part of today's life. They tend to absorb other people's opinions and start looking up to different celebrities. Teenagers emulate them and are influenced to change their attitudes and behaviors too. The youth must be guided to develop their own capacity for moral sexual decision making. Provide them with accurate information about sexuality. Model positive, healthy, and joyful attitudes in our own relationships. Importance of sexuality for family health. Sexual health is about having a positive and respectful approach to sexuality and sexual relationships. It is also about the possibility of having pleasurable and safe sexual experiences free from coercion, discrimination, and violence. Parents have the moral duty to make their children know about the mysteries of human life. To get and maintain sexual health, a person's sexual rights must be respected, protected, and fulfilled. To respect a person's sexual rights is a manifestation of respect for human rights. This is the last slide of our lesson. Thank you for watching and listening.